It's one of the strangest, most ignored passages in the Bible. Genesis 6. The sons of God saw that the daughters of men were beautiful, and they took wives from among them. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of men and had children by them. They were the mighty men of old, men of renown. That's it. No explanation, no warning, no follow-up. Just a brief, explosive moment, then silence. So who were the Nephilim? And why does the Bible introduce them in one sentence, then immediately bury them with a flood? To unpack this, we have to look at what the words originally meant. Nephilim is often translated as giants, but that's not the only possibility. The root word in Hebrew, NPL, means to fall. So the name could mean fallen ones, referring to beings who descended from heaven or were cast out of it. Then there are the sons of God. In ancient Hebrew, this phrase, B'nai Ha-Elohim, almost always means divine beings, not humans. In the Book of Job, sons of God appear before Yahweh's throne. They are heavenly entities, angels. So if divine beings took human women as wives, and their children became heroes, giants, or warriors, what does that mean for theology? It means the Bible once included a story of gods mating with mortals, of bloodlines that mixed heaven and earth. It's not the only culture with this theme. In Mesopotamian myth, the Apkallu were divine sages sent to guide mankind, later condemned for their rebellion. In Greek myth, Zeus fathered heroes with mortal women, Perseus, Heracles, and more. Across cultures, giants and demigods appear at the blurry edge between heaven and man. But Genesis 6 does something different. It introduces the idea and then wipes it out with the flood. The timing is no coincidence. Right after the Nephilim appear, God declares humanity has become too wicked and decides to destroy the world. The implication? Something about this divine human mingling corrupted creation. This interpretation was popular in early Judaism. The Book of Enoch expands it dramatically. In Enoch, the Watchers are angels who descend to earth, take human wives, and teach forbidden knowledge, just like Azazel. Their children are giants who ravage the earth, eating everything and everyone. God sends the flood to wipe them out. Enoch names names. It gives dialogue. And it was popular for centuries, quoted by early Christians, referenced in Jude, and preserved by Ethiopic Christianity. So why was it removed from the canon? Likely because the implications were too much. Angels breaking divine law, human women bearing hybrid children, a heavenly rebellion that rewrites the origin of sin. In later Jewish and Christian theology, the sons of God were reinterpreted as the line of Seth, faithful humans, while daughters of men were seen as descendants of Cain. This was a way to avoid supernatural controversy, but the original meaning may have been something far more radical. It hinted at a time when heaven and earth were not fully separate, when divine beings walked among mortals, when bloodlines were touched by the otherworldly, and the Nephilim, they were the result. Some say they were giants, others say warriors. The Septuagint, Greek translation of the Bible, calls them gigantes. The term stuck, but archaeology hasn't found any clear evidence of Nephilim. No buried titans, no fossilized demigods. What we have instead is a trail of rewritten stories, suppressed myths, and a single strange passage that refuses to go away. The Nephilim appear again in Numbers 13. Israelite spies return from Canaan and report seeing giants. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we looked the same to them. Were they hallucinating, exaggerating, or had remnants of that ancient bloodline survived? Whatever the answer, the story keeps haunting Scripture. The Nephilim raise dangerous questions about divine boundaries, about forbidden unions, about what was lost in the flood, and what might still remain. Want more ancient stories that didn't make the final cut? subscribe, and join the search for what was left behind.